77 non-stop service to Chicago. Inviting first class at this time.
A couple arrested playing in lobby at O'Hara.
So everything was great till we got arrested. Of course, hand me that camera real quick.
So how you feeling, Betty? Heading over here. How was your first flight, girls? Were you dominating in it? And let's pan over here and see what's going on with this group. Devin, would you like to say a few words?
Hey.
Today will be a good day for you. Your lucky number is 4, 6, and 3.
Come on, Lisa, please.
Okay. Okay, got it. Oh, well, I got to get back and get Patty.
Ah, here we are.
Isn't that beautiful?
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. Please tell us about March to a Million.
Hello, Dan. I have the information right here for you. March to a Million was an intense community effort to raise $1.4 million in 4 months for the purpose of ensuring the children of Clinton have a 650-seat cultural center, an auxiliary gymnasium, and additional classroom space at their new high school. We were astounded at the response. We raised over $2 million in 4 months.
Over $2 million? Over $2 million in 4 months? How did you do that?
Well, Dan, this project involved everyone in our community.
Oh, yes. You don't play very so. Unless you want to.
Okay, so at 3,
Yes.
the orange
At 3
where the Texas.
Some of them are just look like they took them to a place like we had our t-shirts in Broadwood.
Way to go. Way to go. Terry, get over here.
City. You don't want to miss this man on the street reporting, seeking fire.
Yes, ma'am.
You were here in 2004, the year before that, and you're back. I think you were finalists those years. So thank you for coming back and making this effort. And you have a great story to tell with your application. So are you ready to share it with us again?
Yes!
Then go.
Dan, Bradley, and Clinton here, live at the beautiful Courthouse Square in downtown Clinton, North Carolina, just to see why they were selected an All-America City finalist. Standing next to me is Clinton's own town city manager, John Conant. John, tell us a little bit about your fine city.
Well, first of all, Dean, Clinton is the county seat of Sansom County, the #1 county in the nation for agribusiness production. All right. Yes, secondly, we're #2 in the nation per capita fundraising for Cancer Relay for Life, raising over $206,000 in 2006. And thirdly, we have the distinction of having the largest private financial commitment to a local school in North Carolina history.
That's unbelievable. Please tell us more.
Here's who Andy needed to talk to, Dale Johnson. He, along with the 36-member grassroots committee from throughout our community, led the march to raise $2 million for our local high school.
Dale Johnson, please tell us more about March to a Million.
I'll be glad to, Dan. I have the information right here in my hand. March to a Million was an intense community effort to raise $1.4 million in 4 months for the purpose of ensuring the children of Clinton having a 650-seat cultural center, auxiliary gymnasium, and additional classroom space for the new high school. We were astounded at the results. We raised over $2 million in those 4 months.
Wow. Over $2 million in 4 months?
That's correct.
How did you do that?
Well, this project involved everyone in our community. Our churches, civic clubs, industries, and alumni were involved. People walked door to door. We had an email campaign. Even our children were involved, selling Valentines to raise money for their school. We exceeded our expectations. Today, we raised over $2.4 million from a city of 8,726 people.
And this was all a community effort?
Yes, we realized we had to go to the people to have the dreams for our school we wanted. We went to the people, and the people responded.
Now that shows what a community can do when they band together. In all my years of reporting, I've never heard of anything of this magnitude for public education. Is there more?
Yes, Dan. Clinton High School isn't the only place we're receiving educational support. In fact, here comes our superintendent, Dr. Gene Hales, and Technology Learning Center, Devin Owen. Let them tell you about an after-school program that is making a difference in the lives of our children.
Dr. Hales, please tell us more about the Technology Learning Center.
I would love to. We are so excited. The Community Technology Learning Center was established by volunteers and collaborative support with our community with two major purposes in mind. First of all was to provide technology assistance and homework assistance to our children and to provide technology to every citizen in our community.
Yeah.
Last year, the center served over 5,000 student visits, a 700% increase since its inception. Students visiting the center have made gains of up to 27 points on the end of grade test. Trishelle, Destiny, come tell Dan how the center's helped you.
I don't have a computer at home, so going to the Learning Center helped me with my homework and school projects. My friend Bianca, she doesn't speak English well, so they have people that speak Spanish to help her.
That's great, Trishelle. Destiny, how has the center helped you?
I was never really good at math, but now my teacher says that I'm dominating in the first 9 weeks, and that was because of the Learning Center.
Great. Your community really responds when it sees a need. My good friend Al Roker gave me some disturbing news, though. He said obesity is the fastest growing cause of disease and death in our country. And it's attacking more than 12 million of our children. Is your community responding to that problem?
Yes, we really are. And here's our family physician, Dr. Tommy Newton. He'll respond to that question.
Hello, Dan.
Hello, Dr. Newton. What is Fitness Renaissance about?
Well, Fitness Renaissance is a program that I created to help combat our growing problem of childhood obesity. Then I got a patent. We target kids in kindergarten through 5th grade. And every 9 weeks, the physical ed PE teacher selects a focused physical activity such as the shuttle run and then tests all the kids. Then they set an individual fitness goal for each child. If they meet that goal by the end of the 9 weeks, they get an award. We also give end of the year awards, like I'm wearing today, gold and silver medals, based on their performance throughout the school year. We've been endorsed by the North Carolina Academy of Family Physicians, by Blue Cross Blue Shield North Carolina Foundation, and also by the Kiwanis Clubs of North and South Carolina. We're also under review right now for endorsement by the American Academy of Family Physicians.
Dr. Newton, that's a great concept, but tell me, how successful has this been?
Well, we've got good numbers, Dan. We've seen a 12% decrease in the number of kids that are considered obese or at risk for obesity since we started this program. And 90% of all students in these grades have earned an award at some point. But I need to tell you a story. The story behind this picture tells it all. This is a kindergarten patient of mine who got admitted Monday to the hospital, and he missed his award ceremony for the end of the year. His teacher brought him his award, silver medal to the hospital that night, and he's not taken it off since then. I took this at rounds last night.
That's great about the children, but what about adults?
Well, we've done something about that too. We built ourselves a Center for Health and Wellness. Once again, like the high school, with generous support from people in our community. We raised over $2.6 million to build a state-of-the-art facility. People of all ages have come out of the woodwork to improve their health and fitness. And the center had over 107,000 visits last year, and over 50% of them were old people like me, over 40. There are numerous success stories around Clinton. There's people who have been lowering their blood pressure, losing weight, improving their flexibility, and also even getting to stop some medicines. Why, here's one of our success stories, Reverend Willie Bowden. Preacher, come tell Dan your story.
I'm diabetic type 2. I've been on medication for 11 years. I started attending the Wellness Center 5 days a week, and several months later, I lost 25 pounds, 2 suit sizes, and now I'm proud to say that I'm medication free.
Well, I see we're almost out of time.
Well, before you go, Dan, I'd love for you to talk to our mayor, the Honorable Lew Starling.
Great. Mayor Starling, what would you like to tell us about your fair city?
Dan, I would like to tell you that the city of Clinton is a wonderful, all-inclusive city where our citizens are always helping their neighbors. And we would invite everyone in TV land to come and experience Clinton, North Carolina for themselves.
That's great. Well, Mayor Starling, we've come to the end of our broadcast, and I can see very clearly 3 of the many qualities that rank Clinton, North Carolina as an All-America city. Your March to a Million campaign is the single largest private financial commitment to a public school in the state of North Carolina. The way you energize the entire community to act so quickly on behalf of your students is astounding. Your very successful Technology Learning Center has literally put computer technology and educational resources at the fingertips of everyone within your diverse community. It is obvious by seeing these 2 students today that this program has not only raised self-esteem and achievement levels, but it has also helped to bridge cultural differences through learning. And finally, having fitness renaissance, your ingenious and original approach to fight childhood obesity, coupled with your highly collaborative, state-of-the-art Center for Health and Wellness, appears to be delivering a 1-2 punch to improve your community's health and fitness. This is Dan, Ratherby and Clinton, reporting today from a very energized and enthusiastic Clinton, North Carolina. The town certainly deserving of the title All-America City 2007.
Thank you, Clinton, North Carolina. You said that raising the money for the school was intense. I would say it was incredible what you all did. In your ladies, you that have changed your lives and took the courage to come and tell this today on stage, you're to be commended for that. And a doctor that not only comes up with a program, but comes across the country to share it. It's pretty special, so thank you. I know you have so many things I could ask. I'm just going to let the jury ask, because I know they've got a lot of questions to ask you. Who wants to start? Okay, you.
You raised the money, you put these additions onto the school. Did it allow you to make any changes in terms of curriculum as well as improvement in just the physical facility?
Yes, sir, it did. We were able to expand it's a brand new high school that will open in 2008. We have added 2 gyms. We have 2 gyms because we have so many physical fitness activities going on in our system. We wanted to make sure that our students were taken care of in those areas. It allowed us to add another program in our cultural arts area. We are adding an ROTC Army program as well as many career and technical education programs. So it's allowing us to expand all of our curriculum areas and provide more opportunities for our students.
Christine, I think you have a question.
Thank you, and I can absolutely understand why Dan would rather be in Clinton. Actually, in your application, you gave some great examples about how business and the community work together. One that just caught me, you didn't mention it here, but it is in your application, is the connection between, is it Prestige Farms, am I saying that correctly? Thank you, and the Elevator Corporation, and partnering with the community college in order to create job training program. Could we hear just a tiny little bit more about that information?
Yes, I'm the general manager of Schiller Elevator and was involved in the development of the occupational training facility at Sampson Community. That facility has been created to help industry such as ours within the city and the county to train the employees that may have come from a farming background to more of a technical background. And this facility, again, is state-of-the-art, from rooms to develop and train students on refrigeration for some of our plants to the technical machining departments for our facility and so forth, CNC machining, The equipment's been donated by the companies. It's a collaborative effort of all the plants and all the manufacturing facilities within the city and the county to develop this facility, and it's a great addition to our community college.
I have a question. You're a small community. Your income is below the national average. Where did you find $2+ billion for a school, and then you had another program that was I mean, and your Relay for Life is, so give us the secret here of what's going on.
It was an impossible dream. It really was, and it was based on the need, a serious need, the project, which was we had no auditorium at the current high school. And our community has a long history. Again, the community built the Dark Horse Stadium there then in 1985. And the community got behind it. We worked intensely for 4 months. I was unemployed for those 4 months. It turned out to be that.
We've been state champions in football 5 times since 1990 also.
And we are very proud of our tradition. We have an industry there represented here by Schindler and Prestige Farms, and all the other agribusiness are just wonderful. And the thing about it is they could give their money elsewhere, but they left it and gave it to education in Clinton.
Let me add one thing. Each of these projects that we talked about where we raised money, it took a collaborative effort of volunteers from medical community and business leaders and lay leaders, if you want to call them that, to all across our community to help go out and reach out to everybody. And we have a marvelous community for meeting a need. When there's a need, they meet.
And I will add to that, when our bids came in for the high school, because Hurricane Katrina came through, they came in very high. And we were $1.4 million short. We were not going to get 4 classrooms. We were not going to be able to get an auditorium for our cultural arts center, and we were not going to be able to get a gym for our students for their physical activities and extracurricular programs. So that's when we sat down and really came up with a group to intensify our efforts, and we had 3 months, and we had to have the money in our hand before we could start the building. And by the middle of March, we had 80% of the $2.4 million in our school account designated for the new Clinton High School.
All right. And Tom, I believe you had a question.
I really want to applaud you for really doing the basics of economic development out there in Eastern North Carolina. That's building workforce and building their education. Have you seen, and I know you've been at it for only a couple of years now in terms of the center and everything, have you seen any results from that in terms of attracting new or better workforce feedback from your companies?
From a standpoint from our company, Schindler in Clinton, we're a light and heavy industry manufacturing escalators, and it's very difficult to find the technical aptitude in terms of the machining and the welding. Welding is a big part of our job. Welding is one of the main programs at the community college, and we're able to pull from a pool of now trained employees who in some cases are already working in other facilities and going to school in the evenings or at night and wanting to better themselves to a different job. So we're able to pull from that pool of applicants. From that standpoint, it's been very successful.
And also, I'd add, we've had 2 industry announcements in the last 4 months. We're very close to hopefully having a third. Also, companies such as Chuck's are expanding. Also, we had a company that is existing in Clinton, and they moved an operation from Illinois to Clinton to expand. So we're definitely seeing some fruits from our labor.
And I just want to say, when business comes, they give us maybe 2 hours to present our town. We've taken first to the community college, second, they want to see our schools, our hospitals, and they are so impressed that we have gotten a new life in Clinton, if you will. Business and industry has given us a second look. Some exactly said yes, and we feel good. But it's all around all of this total community effort, education, the community college, the hospital, is all they want to see what the community is going to offer for their employees, their children, their families with their children.
And one more thing to answer that, several of our businesses and industries have, from a health standpoint, have incentive programs at this Center for Health and Wellness, and their employees attend regularly and are incentivized to do so, and that has helped a lot, I think, with their own absenteeism and things like that.
If there's a few, question.
Yes, in your statistics about the community, your home ownership is lower than the national 55% as compared to 62, 63 nationally. Could you just address the issue of quality of your rental housing and affordability for low-income families?
Yes, sir. That is definitely a challenge for us. If you read an application, you'll read about our District 5 effort, which is a low-income area, older part, inner city neighborhood of our city, where we have a large number of rental housing and housing for low to moderate income. One of the focuses of that committee is to look at ways of generating new housing, building new housing, as well as providing renovation and new projects for that particular neighborhood. And they have specifically have a committee looking right now at applying for CDBG grants, as well as home financing and other particular parts. That's a specific focus of that area of our city and our neighborhood group in that area.
Yes, I'd like to add to Clinton. In District 5, we look forward to being an all-inclusive city. We make sure when we identify needs that those needs have been met. We have identified a problem of needing more housing for low income, and we have a committee, a screening committee that is together for that district, and we're now in the process of looking for ways to improve in that area. Thank you.
Could I just ask another part of that? With new industry coming in, is your home housing development banks, are they helping you build new homes for those employees that may be coming along with new industries?
Yes, sir, I am board chairman of the Southampton County CDC, and we have federal grants awaiting now that we can invest in low-income housing. Also, we have the biggest chunk of the money set aside to reestablish credit so that they will be qualified for that housing.
Thank you, Clinton, for coming back. I'm sure glad you did. I hope you're as glad that you came back as we are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Reinvesting in your community and standing up and making a difference, even if it's difficult, so you're to be congratulated. I'm glad you let us celebrate with you. What a great community you are.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to serve with them and to hear the questions. And you know, I even had a news person this week say, how can you live in this country and not be cynical, negative, turned off at what's going on? And I said, because I'm a member of the NCL and I'm going to the All-America City. Remember on Wednesday night, I told you something when I spoke? I said, 2 days later from tonight, your life is going to be forever changed. Is it changed? You know, I'll always view the country in a different way since I've been a part of the All-America City. You know, you see the map of the United States and you hear the news reports, but I will see the faces we saw tonight and the true love for their country and the true compassion for your community and the things that you're doing. You know, I live in the middle of this country in a very small rural community of Carrollton, Missouri. We're about 70 miles from Kansas City and 170 miles the other way from St. Louis. And I have 2 little grandkids there that I love very much. And they'll be put to bed tonight. And I'll know that they're going to be safe and their tomorrow is brighter because I've seen your faces in this country and I know where it's going, and it's going in the right direction. To develop a long-term plan to address pressing community needs. This community developed innovative strategies to address its affordable housing needs.
Last night, I was very nervous, but when I was on that plane in Atlanta, they said we thought we had a fire, we had to turn around and come back. I was more nervous tonight than I was. So I'm glad to be here more than you know. I just want to say thank you, and it was very obvious to everyone there last night that this was not something that we did last night. This was a culmination of 4 years of hard work. The judges made it very clear. They went and looked at other applications. They brought in other applications. This has been a long-range process. I see my friend Tommy Combs here. These are the things, the fruit that we're picking today are things that have been sown years ago, and we're just trying to bring it to light. We're so pleased. This is the first, to my knowledge, national recognition that the city of Plymouth has had. And we believe that only good is going to come from this. This is only the beginning. We need to work harder every day to do the right thing and do what is proper and what is for an American city. I see Larry Bell. We all need to work forward to see how we can take this model and move forward to improve this city. But I want to just close with saying this. You would have been so proud of your team, so proud last night, but having gone to each one of these events, it is obviously, this is a building stone that we were just able to, we hit the top last night, but the work began 4 to 5 years ago and longer, and it's been a long, long process. I want to thank you. I said last night to the group that this was not for the mayor, this was not for the city council, this is not for the committee, this is for the citizens who want better and who will do better. And we now have a national recognition that we are on the right track. We're not perfect. We have our opportunities, we have our challenges, but we're on the right track. And I don't want to start thanking everybody tonight because you know who you are and what you've done, but I do want to thank my longtime friend and my chairperson, Gloria Edwards, and my vice chairperson, Patty P. Cherry, who I thought was they were going to keep her in Hollywood. They went crazy over her head. But with that, I'll just say thank you. Without it, we couldn't have done it without our wonderful city manager. And I want to ask Mr. Condit to come up and say just a few words. It was about 5 years ago that I called John, and we talked every morning at 8 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and then throughout the day if need be. And I said, John, we need to be an all-American city. Let's get to the bottom of it. And he called back. He said, this is one hell of an undertaking. I said, well, let's get in. Let's get to work. And we have assembled the very, very best people in the country. And the judges told me last night privately, this is a national competition. They told me privately that they thought we had the best people in the whole country. So we're proud. With that, John is going to say a few words, and I think he'll introduce our team. Mr. John Conley.
All I got to say is, I know how Roy Williams felt when he got that monkey off his back. I just want to thank the committee. We've laughed together, we've had fun together, we've cried together. We went out there and did it together. And that wasn't just a team that went to California. It was a team that's been with us, as the mayor said, for 4 years. As you look at the application, and believe me, Monday or Tuesday afternoon, we're going to have that application on the web so the citizens can see it. You will see the projects that won the All-American City are projects that we've been working on 4 or 5 years. I don't know, Bill Aiken may be here somewhere, but those of you who went the first 2 years, Bill Aiken's Occupational Training Center was a chief project. We didn't win those 2 years, so we did not take it as one of our chief projects this year, but lo and behold, the judges asked about it. And we were able to say we've had we had 2 industry announcements in the last 3 months, and we're looking for another one, and we know that Schindler's growing, and we know that New Way's growing, and all the industries in town, so I think that help us seal the deal. So those projects that have been along, Willie Bowden stepped up and talked about the CDC. That was one of our projects early on. So it was not about the 3 projects we took this year, it's about what the community's done for many, many years. So that's the application. We look forward to promoting this and getting the word out there. I have to thank the committee. They've done a great job. They've worked hard. They've been dedicated. I need to thank a couple people specifically. I know the mayor did that, but I want to thank Betty Fortner. She was behind the scenes. Day one doing logistics and helping me and getting the application. And then the person who likes to be behind the scenes, and she's quiet, she doesn't like a lot of publicity, but I need to thank Susie Bauman. Where's Susie? For giving their mother and their wife for the last 4 years. They've done a lot of work, and I appreciate what you've done, Susie, with the application. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank my family, Lori and Natalie and Lily, for letting me be on. I think I'll turn it over to Miss Patty and let Miss Patty say a few words, but thank you.
First of all, I'd like for everybody to say, Clinton in the house. Clinton in the house. happy we are. As the mayor said, last night we were tense because they kept calling all the other cities, and Maxine said, Patty Cherry, I'm getting nervous. I said, Maxine, don't get nervous until they get to number 9. And she said, no, I can't wait till then. But I'll have to say, the team worked hard. We've had a good time working together, putting this together, and it's just been wonderful. Your support as a community means so much to us. It means so much. That's the reason we did not mind working as hard as we worked and traveling across country to bring this title back to Sampson County, because we know that we are an all-America city. This time, let me call the Mayor Pro Tem, Ms. Maxine Harris, to say a few words.
Okay, I would like to say to you all, the first time we went for the All-American City, they didn't give it to us, but we knew we won. We went back again, they didn't give it to us. But when we went back this time, we were the all great American city. This is just a beginning for all of us. And Lew and John and everybody on the committee know that I told them, so I'm going to tell you now. Our buzzword is, we are an all-inclusive city. So if we miss you, and we leave you out, let us know. We're there for you. Hold us accountable and make sure we do what we're supposed to do for you. Because it's not our award, it's yours. Now I ask Jeff Ship to come and say, Jim Wilson to come and say a few words.
And I'm sorry you had that trouble. But I was happy to hear that the judges recognized what we've known all along, that we do have the best people in the country here in Clinton and Sampson County. And on behalf of the commissioners, I just want to congratulate you, Mayor, congratulate the Clinton City Council, the All-American City Committee, and everybody that's worked over the past 4 or 5 years to bring this day to a reality. It's a great day for the city of Clinton, and only good things will come from here. And I just welcome the group that went back home, say congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to all the citizens of the city of Clinton on this great honor. It's a great day for Sampson County and the city of Clinton.
Before we conclude, I want the entire delegation that went with us to come forward last night, come forward tonight, that went with us, and let everyone see who did perform. We had a little bit of an interesting situation last night. Dale Johnson, our longtime city attorney, said if we win, he was going to shave his head. And lo and behold, I looked and they were getting scissors. And I said, Dale, as a politician, I am telling you it is okay to lie. I would lie my way out of it. I'd say something else. I'd make another deal. But he stood there and they shaved his head right down to right down to for putting this together for us, but I want everyone that participated in Rebel Bible to come up forward. Let everybody see who it is. And come on, baby. If you were with us in the past and perform, I want you also to come forward tonight. Because they remember us well, They remember us well, and you would be so proud of your city, so proud of your people. Everybody but Deborah Johnson, you would be proud. So we're going to give him a wing for the Tuesday night council. That just shows you the team spirit that we have. But I want to say just a couple more words. You know, we had so many people that gave so much to allow us to go. The county commissioners last year, year before last, during a very tight budget year, came forward and helped. The city helped, the citizens helped. We had one friend this year give us $7,500 to help with the cost. So as of right now, we've not had to take a dime out of the treasury. We're using the old funds. So and we're being very conservative with the money. So many of us flew and paid our own way. But I'll just conclude by saying thank you. I want you to thank everybody here, but most of all, thank all the citizens for all that they've done to help, to support us. And it is obvious to us, and now it is obvious to the world that Clinton is an all-American city. Reverend Bowden, who's in the house?
Clinton's in the house!
Mr. Connick, we had a little news last week. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, sir. Mayor Starling, members of the council, we took a short trip. I think some of us were almost 18 hours there on Tuesday to Anaheim, California, and came back very victorious. And I'd like to ask our chairperson and our co-chairpersons to come up and make a presentation. Ms. Patty Cherry and Ms. Gloria Edwards, and they have a presentation.
Mr. Conn, I want to correct one thing. It was a long journey. It was 4.5 years. It's been a long journey, Mr. Conn.
Mr. Mayor, council members, we are so tired. But we are very excited to be here tonight and to be with you. There's 2 or 3 things I'd like to say before I have Ms. Patty Cherry to say a few words. First of all, I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity over the last 4 years to try to achieve this goal. I appreciate your perseverance, and I also appreciate your dedication to our committee. I also want to thank you for selecting the committee that you did. I can say without a doubt, it is the finest committee I've ever worked with over a 4-year period in my life. I would like for all of them to please come up here. I want them to help us present this plaque to you, Mr. Mayor. So, Ms. Patty?
Do we have to let Mr. Johnson in the picture?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. That's Dr. Dale. That's Dr. Dale.
Dr. Dale.
I'm not going to tell you his specialty, okay? On behalf of the All-America team, I also would like to thank you for the confidence that you had in us, for the faith, for allowing us to travel across country to bring back this All-America City Award. It means so much to us that you had the confidence in us. And to our illustrious mayor, thank you so much for choosing us to serve on this committee, for having vision, your faith that's brought us thus far. And we say thank you so much. City Councilman, thank you. Thank you so very much. And I have had so many people to come in and call today and say thank you to the city and to the team for making us what we already knew, an All-America City.
Mr. Mayor, here's your presentation, and we just want to say it's for you and for every citizen in this city and Sampson
Madam
County.
Chairperson, on behalf of the 8,800 people in Sampson County, Clinton and Sampson County, I say thank you, and we knew it. We're all-American city. Patty, we had faith, but at some times it was getting a little thin. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.